All right, NBA Today video, October 25th. 4 games today, but there's a lot to talk about from last night. Starting it off, Pistons Wizards. Wizards have shown us that they're going to compete. Bradley Beal, huge contract. Unless he's sitting out, their clear direction is that they're going to try to make the play-in. I don't think this is going to happen. But I see these two teams as very even. And while the Pistons are still missing some rotation players, I definitely think they can compete tonight. I'm going to take the +5. Line might get up to 6, but anywhere in that area, I like it. Next, we have the Mavs without Bertans, Nito Aquina, and Tim Hardaway Jr. But with the Pelicans, we see Herb Jones out. We see BI out. We see Zion out. I got this line at -4 this morning. I think it's at 6 now. The Mavs are used to playing without Tim Hardaway for some period of time last year. He missed a lot of the majority of the season. And these Pelican injuries, no matter what the spread is, they're not going to be able to factor it in. I mean, you're missing your two best players in BI and Zion, elite defender and Herb Jones. Ride with the Mavs. SGA and Giddey out tonight. Well, I guess SGA is questionable. But even though Paul George is out, the Clippers have their roster mostly intact. I like trying to find the Clippers, pair something with it. I have Dallas first half with Clippers money line. But the Clippers have just shown us that they're very lax when it comes to these games. Random players missing time, bringing in Kawhi late into the second quarter for his first appearance of the day. They're just taking it slow. They're going to figure things out. It's definitely a process. So tonight, Clippers are clearly the better team. I'm going to try to take advantage, get some money out of all these games they're going to win. But it's just hard to take these spreads when they're not trying to blow out teams every night. And Kawhi probably won't start. PG's out, blah, blah, blah. Moving on, last game of the night, Jay Crowder still not playing for Phoenix. The Warriors, a lot of injuries, but the only actual rotation player is DiVincenzo, who is new to the team anyways. Phoenix is a team I'm really down on. I'm waiting for them and the Grizzlies and the Heat to start getting closer to the play-in than they are to the top of the standings. But Phoenix has impressed me. Regardless, Golden State at plus money, it's pretty much just a rule at this point that you don't let that pass. If you see Golden State at plus money, you take them. I'm on the spread, plus 2.5, but anytime I can get that, I'm very happy about it. That covers everything for tonight. Last night, Sixers finally get their first win. Harden looks great. Not much to say there. Magic Pistons, Paolo, 20 points in every game. I mean, he was an NBA player last year at Duke. We knew this. He's just showing us what we already knew, I guess. He's going to have 20-something every game. This is his team. We're just watching Paolo hoop. There's no expectations here. They're not going to make the play-in. Just a fun season in Orlando. Hopefully they'll compete. Hopefully they win some games. But Paolo is someone that you can watch every night and be entertained. Knicks, on the other hand, the Knicks have the best turnover percentage in the NBA. When we talk about just teams that are going to be rock solid, win a bunch of games, I think that's the Knicks. Yeah, usually this isn't something we'd be used to, but Grimes, who's technically a starter, is still out, and the Knicks are 2-1. And aside from the OT game with the Grizzlies, just haven't had much trouble. Miami and Toronto. Miami is really disappointing me. Really disappointing. Scotty Barnes is now out for the Raptors. I'm probably going to fade them most games when this is the case due to just their bench in general, especially the issues more at guard, but it's clearly a starter heavy team. So starters missing time means fade. And that's what I thought. You go to Miami, you play a team with rest, and they lose by 8. Kyle Lowry looks bad. I don't really know what to say about him. But yeah, the Heat tread lightly. Scary to bet money on them right now. Nets, Grizzlies. Grizzlies, they had an explosion last night. This was about the best the team can play without Jaren Jackson Jr. Dylan Brooks is back, but he had a bad game. But John Desmond Bane combining for over 75. What do you do about that? Katie and Kyrie, they just got outplayed by John Desmond Bane. It's as simple as that. The Nets aren't a team that's going to defend. They need their shooters back because that's how they're going to win. Just points. But the Grizzlies at home is not someone you want to fade. And with big guys like Clark and Steven Adams, I don't know. I don't like the Nets in that case. Bulls, Celtics, I'm starting to realize that without Rob Williams, there's just going to be inconsistencies for Boston. Something like this just doesn't make a lot of sense. When you have Tatum and Brown just doing everything, you're going to have on and off nights. So not really looking into this much. Didn't expect it for sure, but just keep watching Boston. Devin Vassell and the Spurs, something interesting to talk about here. I saw his Instagram live. Everyone, including myself, wrote off the Spurs. They were not a good team. They lose their best player. You think, oh, they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Not quite. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, good players. Spurs have people like Josh Richardson that the Lakers want. But kind of shocking that Minnesota loses. They get booed on their home floor. But watch out for the Spurs. These 10-point lines are something to start looking into. Moving forward, Jazz and Rockets. Houston gets a rest advantage here. They win their first game. I think it's that simple. With Houston, you need to find their spots. Probably going to win mostly at home this year. Look for your rest advantages, blah, blah, blah. They have the guys that can do it. Jabari, Kevin Porter, and Jalen Green all over 20 points last night. This is what I've been talking about. They're exciting. They're going to win games, but it's just they're a couple years away. Last game of the night. I hope I'm under 10 minutes still. Nuggets, Blazers. Nuggets, a lot of inconsistencies. Jamal Murray, he's missed time. He's played. He's not played great. We don't know quite what we're getting there. It's not the easy 30 points a game when needed Jamal Murray that we've seen in the past. This is a new team. So, yes, the Nuggets, even though they beat the Warriors, are just not on par with their expectations right now, but they certainly could be. Last team to talk about of the day, Blazers. Dame and Anthony combined for 60 last night. When that's the case, you've just recreated Dame and CJ. Now you have Jeremy Grant. You have the rest of the starting five. GP2 hasn't even played. I'm starting to see the potential. It's with the Lakers' performance so far, you move them down. It's Lakers, Blazers, Kings. That area, two teams, who's going to come out on top? That's the thing to watch. We'll see you tomorrow.